ChatGPT. Relate ACIM to the movie Thanks for Sharing. Thanks for Sharing through the lens of A Course in Miracles. Thanks for Sharing is a story about addiction, shame, honesty, healing, relationships, and the courage to face what has been hidden. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, it becomes a powerful exploration of the ego's addiction to substitutes for love and the healing that begins when denial is replaced by truth. At its heart, the movie asks, what happens when we stop hiding? This question lies at the core of ACIM's healing process. Addiction as a search for love. The film focuses on sexual addiction, but ACIM would broaden the theme considerably. The ego is addicted to many things: approval, control, special relationships, success, attention, grievances, pleasure, distraction. The form varies, but the underlying pattern remains the same. The ego believes something is missing and seeks substitutes in the world. ACIM teaches that every search is ultimately a search for God. The movie beautifully illustrates the pain that arises when substitutes fail to satisfy the deeper longing. The power of denial. A major theme throughout the film is denial. The ego survives through concealment, secrets, rationalizations, justifications, image management. ACIM teaches that what is hidden cannot be healed because it has not yet been brought to awareness. Healing begins when we become willing to look honestly at what we have been avoiding. The movie repeatedly demonstrates the exhausting effort required to maintain denial. Shame. Beneath much of the addictive behavior lies shame. Not merely guilt about actions, a deeper belief, something is wrong with me. This belief is one of the ego's core foundations. ACIM teaches that guilt is the glue that holds the ego together. The ego constantly reinforces the idea that we are flawed, damaged, or unworthy. The Holy Spirit teaches something radically different. Our mistakes are not our identity. The movie powerfully illustrates the burden of carrying shame. Honesty as healing, recovery in the film begins through honesty. Not perfection, not self-improvement. Honesty. People tell the truth. They admit struggles. They expose what has been hidden. This mirrors the healing process described in ACIM. The Holy Spirit cannot heal illusions that we insist on protecting. Truth becomes the doorway to freedom. The movie repeatedly highlights this principle. Relationships as classrooms. The relationships in the film become opportunities for growth. Trust is tested, expectations arise, fear surfaces, love is challenged. ACIM teaches that relationships are classrooms for forgiveness, not because relationships complete us, but because they reveal the beliefs we still carry. The movie demonstrates how intimacy often exposes hidden fears that otherwise remain unnoticed. Specialness. One of the deeper themes beneath addiction is specialness. The ego seeks experiences that promise uniqueness, excitement, or completion. ACIM teaches that specialness is the ego's substitute for God's love. The pursuit of specialness inevitably leads to instability because it depends upon conditions. The movie repeatedly shows how chasing special experiences fails to provide lasting peace. Community and joining healing in the film occurs through joining. People support one another, listen to one another, share honestly with one another. ACIM teaches that awakening is not a solitary process. The ego isolates, the Holy Spirit joins. The recovery community portrayed in the film symbolizes the healing power of shared purpose, forgiveness. The deeper movement of the story is toward forgiveness, not excusing behavior, not denying consequences, but releasing the belief that mistakes define identity. ACIM teaches that forgiveness recognizes the difference between actions and the eternal innocence of spirit. The movie repeatedly points toward this healing perspective. The central reflection. The ego watches, thanks for sharing, and asks, how do I get rid of this problem? The Holy Spirit watches, thanks for sharing, and asks, what hidden belief is asking to be healed? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a powerful lesson in honesty, vulnerability, and the undoing of shame. The characters discover that healing does not come through hiding weakness, but through bringing it into the light. The deepest message may be, the ego survives through secrecy and shame. The Holy Spirit heals through honesty and forgiveness. What is hidden remains painful. What is brought into the light becomes available for healing. The miracle begins the moment we stop protecting the false self and allow truth to be seen. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.